Hello there and welcome now to North Sydney Oval for the match of the round, and a North Sydney Oval that is absolutely chock-a-block. They've picked up every vantage point and they've allowed the children out onto the ground there into a fenced-off area. Greg McCallum in charge. Daryl Halligan back with the Bears today after Test duty gets us underway. Hoppy, first touch of the ball. The Canberra side. There's their backs, Belcher, Nandruku, Hoppy, Mullins, Boyle. No Meninga, Daly, Stewart. And up front, Clyde, Pongia, Furner, Osborne, Walters and Lomax. Canberra bringing it out to the 40-metre line on their first set of tackles. Peter Sterling is with me in commentary today. The radar-like kick of Ricky Stewart. Just over the dead ball line. Bears, after that incredible win last weekend, a few changes. Lydiard has been dropped, so has Makepeace. MacArthur back to fullback, Halligan returns. Doyle comes into the centres. In the forward brigade, Jones is out of it. Toole comes into the front row. And no David Fair.
That is a big loss for North Sydney. One of their form back rowers, even though Craig Wilson is a ready-made replacement. A perfect opportunity here this afternoon for Canberra to consolidate their position in the top 5 with Manly's loss yesterday. Manly on 16, Canberra currently on 18. Can really put a gap into that top 5, and of course teams now looking at the top 3 as we get into the second half of the season. Rebound favours Norths.
Played by Gary Larson. Solomon works it to the 20-metre line, floats the pass. Caruana tried to get away from Brett Mullins. This is the last now for the Bears. They're right on the attack, and a mistake by Greg Florimo, a dummy.
Florimo trying to get the quick play of the ball the way they're trying to get it to his kicker as soon as possible. Took his eyes off it.
David Boyle went through as the decoy. This is Nandruku. And don't think that I've got the name mispronounced. The professor next to me, Sterling, tells me there is a silent N, and it is to be pronounced Nandruku. This is Pongia. David Furner struggles a further 8 metres down the ground. Boyle. Rubber kick for the outside backs. Mullins comes quickly, so does Hoppy. John MacArthur, good work.
Excellent work, John MacArthur. Canberra very good at those kind of kicks. They've got tremendous speed out wide and all players onside. Mullins probably one of the quickest in the competition. Hoppy the first one there, but MacArthur had to cover a lot of territory to clean that one up.
Adrian Toole plays it on the 20-metre line. This is Gary Larson.
Good ball from Wilson, setting up.
David Hall.
Billy Moore was involved also. Good work there from North, now the last.
That pass from the dummy half appeared forward. Billy Moore gets it down to the 20-metre line. That's a turnover.
He probably took the wrong option there, Billy Moore. I don't know whether he knew it was the last tackle. Great skill again from Craig Wilson.
Oh, Florimo's gone up out of the line. Daly cuts them to pieces. Hoppy almost lost his footing. They're down to the halfway mark. Daly a dummy half. Mullins first receiver now. Larson combines with Toole and Fennick.
On every occasion from a mistake or changeover, Canberra will go to their back line and they'll get it out there very quickly. The 2 wide passes, it only took 1 on that occasion from Ricky Stewart. As Ray pointed out, Florimo coming up out of the line, created an overlap.
Osborne with a neat dummy on the run around. They took the dummy, the Bears. Clyde gets it back. David Boyle not held. Loses the ball, regathers. Now he loses it again. Osborne, good work.
I'll tell you what was good work, Ray. Mario Fennick came up with the try-saver on a flying David Boyle. How Mario got back there, I'll never know. There's Clyde, the inside pass, and that was a tackle from Fennick. He didn't hang on, but he put the man on the deck.
Bears back on their own 20-metre line. Billy Moore. Lower grade results for you. Canberra reserve grade, and North's winning the President's Cup. Craig Wilson. Solomon. Good talk down there. You could hear on our ground effects microphones. Canberra saying, I've got the kicker. Means that they've got charge down pressure ready to apply. Clyde to the halfway. Callum with North well back 10 metres. Every centimetre of it. David Furner. He's matured as a footballer, David. Lomax. Walters. Chance here. Furner. Belcher. In and away from Larson. Oh, put away the glasses. Gary Belcher scores easily. Easy try for Gary Belcher. Former Australian fullback. One of the game's real good guys. And he won't score too many easier tries, but he got around Larson very easily.
I'm very surprised that there was no other North Sydney defence here. I don't know where John MacArthur was, but Canberra keep the ball alive here. Nothing's on. A good short ball. The step back inside. Gary Larson was beaten very easily, and both MacArthur and Noel Solomon were over. They weren't behind the ruck area where the ball was. That's where they should have been. They were covering over the inside part of the back line. With one man beaten here very easily, Gary Larson was a poor attempt. He didn't come up with these other players. His head went back when he saw that there was no cover defence coming. Gary Belcher, good try.
Furner. 22 out, 10 in. 34 for the season for David, 57% strike rate. In flight, coming around it wide. Canberra leading North Sydney 4 points to 0. He's kicked 22 goals in succession, Halligan. He's got Michael Cronin's record in his sights. We'll see how he goes with that. I think Cronin's record is 26 in succession in 1978. Halligan is currently on 22 consecutive successful kicks. Pongia. Walters. Stewart. Daly. Boyle inside. Furner. Stewart again clearing. MacArthur coming away from the 20-metre line. Makes a run of some 15 metres. Cloud just covering North Sydney Oval at the moment. David Hall, who scored that controversial try against Canterbury last weekend.
He's got a tough afternoon in store for him, David Hall. Very quick man and renowned for scoring tries, but he's up against Noah Nandruku this afternoon. And I think David Hall's defence is something that he is underestimated. I think he's a very good man.
MacArthur showing the ball to two runners that went inside, then he elected to keep it himself. Now, Solomon. Across the face of Toole. Fennick turns it back to the big fellow Toole. He takes the tackle. Florimo takes it down towards the 20-metre line. Nearly lost the ball. It's with Craig Wilson. He's 15 metres out from the line. This is the last coming up. They'll probably go to the air off the boot of this fellow. Noel Solomon does that, and it's a great bomb. Very high. Pinpoint accuracy. Down it comes, though, over the dead ball line. I think off Canberra.
Well, there's plenty of fingers being pointed. Referee McCallum has ruled that it's come off a Canberra player, so a line drop out. You won't get a better kick than that one. There's 27 players underneath this. Could have been taken by anyone, could have bounced anywhere. And it's come off Laurie Daly.
Again, Stewart with the line drop out, 45 metres in length. MacArthur takes the ball back to the 30-metre line. Solomon. Fennick. Good work by Fennick. He took three of the defenders out with him. Tony Ray's pass wasn't good. Maybe it wasn't Tony's pass, it just didn't have anybody running onto it. Larson juggles it. Pretty sloppy passage of play by North. They're holding the whip hand. They're the ones wheeling and dealing at the moment. Florimo, Solomon, through Moore, Doyle. 5 gone and they really haven't done anything. They haven't challenged Canberra. Now they do. Solomon's kick, oh, it was a nothing kick, really.
Well, why change? Why not put it up in the air again? It's worked before, even though Norths weren't that impressive in that set of 6. Canberra still had to come up with plenty of defence and they were moved around. But this is just, well, it's a selfish kick. Good work from Steve Walters. And all the pressure's off in just one ordinary piece of play.
Stewart using a second-man play, and Sean Hopping it is. 25 metres away from their own line, Canberra. A little respite for them. They've been under siege for something like 18 tackles. As a good team they are, they've been able to turn it. Stewart, he dummies on the kick, makes a run of 35 metres, floats it out to Nandruku. Nandruku puts in the big step, then puts it inside for Mullins. Oh my goodness, this is a tremendous try. Well, the machine, the green machine has turned it on.
And Ricky Stewart's awareness of running the ball on the 5th tackle when he saw a weakness in the Norths defence was the reason that they scored. As Laurie Daly applauds, so does this big crowd. You'll see he decides to run the football straight through. Now he's positioning his players. He's telling the man to come inside. He's gone outside to Nandruku. An ankle tap there from Solomon and a beautiful pass inside from Nandruku to another flying Mullins. This will look great from front on. Gary Larson went up too quickly. There was no defence out wide for North. They overread the situation. They thought Stewart will kick the football. Nandruku, the goose step. And then that's a lovely pass. No doubt Mullins was onside and the pass made sure of that.
Pushed it well wide. No addition to the scoreline. 8-0 in favour of Canberra. Halligan restarts down to Gary Belcher, and Bradley Clyde it is that runs it out. Sean Hoppy. It might have been just a cent of a high tackle there. David Boyle powers it away. No Mal Meninga today, so David Boyle takes it upon himself as a centre to go in and take a forward play occasionally. Brad Clyde, that's the second time Clyde has handled on this set. It's not the only time in the match he'll do that. Walters away for Hoppy. 5 tackles gone now for the Raiders.
The ball goes back to Stewart and he puts up a high torpedo. John MacArthur in good position to... Oh, but he's missed it completely. Halligan's there. Has MacArthur touched this one? The referee says yes.
So this is a scrum that will go down 10 metres from the Bears line. And it was a big kick by Stewart, high, more so than long. He led the run down the park, put everybody on side, and John MacArthur, out of the corner of the eye, saw him coming. Canberra in a great attacking position. Daly showed it to Boyle, play that he works often for Mal Meninga. Daly, did he have a marker is the question. McCallum's patience tested there. Stewart away. Lomax floats the pass. Belcher handles, takes it to ground. Gavin Jones prepares to come on for North Sydney. David Furner, he's pulled down by Mario Fennick. 7 metres from the line. Canberra 8-0 on to Stewart. Away for Daly. Puts the kick in. Came off a bear. And it's been dived on by a North Sydney player. Doyle. Jolting tackle.
Nice shot there from Quentin Pongia. He'll be the man called out. Placement is made for North Sydney. Adrian Toole leaving the field and Gavin Jones in the starting line-up against Canterbury, coming off the bench this afternoon. There's Doyle bringing the ball forward, and there's Pongia. It's at least a penalty. The first penalty, good refereeing, and I think the referees kept both sides well apart too, so it's been a good performance. As Nandruku takes it, and it's play.
This man is just incredible. Noah Nandruku. The things that he can do, he's got these amazing reflexes. Stewart cuts out Furner, finds Daly. He pushes it on for Belcher to give to Boyle. David Boyle is pulled down 31 metres away from the North Sydney line. Hoppy, a short ball up for John Lomax. And the chunky Kiwi is put to ground. Several of the players in this game, of course, back from Test duty. This is Osborne. Centre of the ground, Walters to Stewart. Uses Daly back on the right. He grubbers ahead for Belcher. MacArthur's in front of Belcher, though. And Gary is going to make the tackle on MacArthur. Is he? No, he fails. His teammates do, though.
Oh, he's got into the field of play. That is a magic piece of work from John MacArthur. Evaded the first tackle, and he still had two men to beat. Laurie Daly put the kick through for Gary Belcher. It was a planned move. Now, there's no way John MacArthur can get out of there. Belcher misses. Look at this, another two defenders. Boyle and Hoppy can't keep him in. Great work by the fullback for the Bears.
Just looking at those pictures, though, Peter, one gets the impression Greg McCallum was probably very, very kind to John MacArthur. Tony Ray's kicked down the ground for Gary Belcher. Noah Nandruku is back with Belcher. Now he uses him. North Sydney waiting for the Fijian.
That's what I like about Nandruku, Ray. Apart from his obvious ball running ability and able to beat a man with his evasion, if there's nothing on, he's faced by a number of defenders. He puts his body on the line and tries to go straight over the top.
This is Osborne. Nandruku, incidentally, together with Willie Kahn from Friday night, they are the leading try scorers in the Winfield Cup of 1993. This is David Furner, 40 metres out from the line. Daly, David Boyle. Now the last. Stewart. Very high bomb. The chaser's coming down the ground. Halligan tested. Hoppy went up above him, but Halligan, he comes out on top eventually.
I think the game from Canberra has been very well executed and very well thought out. I know it's only a little thing as Sean Hoppy gets there first, but when Ricky Stewart kicks the high bomb, it's a torpedo. And what that does is have the ball moving around in the breeze. It's much harder to catch than just a normal kick going up. The ball spinning. A little bit of breeze here, it's making life very difficult for the backmen for the Bears.
Jason Croker on the sideline, about to come on for Canberra. Nandruku going back. Daly is down injured for Canberra. Nandruku around one, held by Doyle. Belcher takes it down the ground, but it's a forward pass from Noah Nandruku.
Yes, just trying to do a little bit too much. They are in some problems with Laurie Daly down. You can see some attention there around the jaw area. This was the incident. Gavin Jones got him up high, looked like an accidental elbow, and Daly straight to his knees.
He's got movement there, so and then just a little nod from Laurie. Florimo, Jeff Doyle. Wilson keeps the roll on. MacArthur joins in. They'll score, the Bears. Try for Chris Caruana.
And I just think the break-in play has thrown the Canberra side out. It was just poor defence out there. I thought they had numbers, but Sean Hoppy, for some reason, was well in field. They come this side. We freeze it there. This is the man to watch, Sean Hoppy. He will actually come in as the Bears continue on. He was put in two minds by John MacArthur, who drew him nicely. And they appeared to have plenty of players out there, Canberra. You'll see Hoppy, he hesitates there, and it was too late. Caruana on the outside, he's got good speed to centre. Just what the doctor ordered for the Bears.
He's kicked 22 consecutive goals. That includes the test matches. He's going for Michael Cronin's record, set in 1978, of 26 in a row. 88% is the strike rate for Halligan. He's pushed it out well wide of the uprights. That's the first goal he's missed in 23 attempts. The first half is complete, and wasn't there some excitement there to be enjoyed? Canberra leading North Sydney 8-4 at the break. Sydney and Canberra leading by 8 points to 4. One of the tries scored by Canberra, absolutely outstanding stuff. North Sydney, though, in the latter part of the half, came back from 8-0 down to 8-4. Laurie Daly was off the field for the last 10 minutes of the first half with bruising to the jaw. He's back on the paddock now, though. This is Gary Larson, forced back under the weight of defence from the Canberra side. Stewart and Daly. Fennick takes them on. Furner goes low. Osborne comes over the top. Tony Ray with a clearing kick out of dummy half. Back to Noah Nandruku.
There you can see the difference in the kicking games. Even with Ray kicking out of dummy half, the ball still only landed 25 metres out, and the tackle made on Nandruku 40 metres out from his own line. Big difference to have to bring the ball back from your own try line.
Pongia. I don't know whether to call that good work or not, but he did get away from a couple of very feeble attempts at tackle. Here he is in action, Quentin Pongia. He evaded a couple of tackles, then lost it, got it back in again. Daly with it now. Boyle gives him a decoy on the inside. He comes outside for Mullins. Oh, here's trouble for the Bears. Nandruku. Oh, flying tackle. Great tackle, in fact, by David Hall.
And Gary Belcher probably should have scored, and I think he's done his hamstring after missing the ball. He's clutched his leg straight away. But this is a beautiful pass, and what about the poor defence there from Doyle and Hall, straight between Nandruku. You thought he was going to step. Great tackle by David Hall, how he recovered. Now, if Belcher picks that up, he's actually kicked it. And I think he's done his... Gary Belcher has left the field.
MacArthur.
News on Gary Belcher is that he has indeed done a hamstring. Grave doubts that he would take any further part in this match. Vegas has slotted into his position.
Larson it was who lost it. McCallum said it went back and play on. Florimo for MacArthur. Gets it back inside. There's an open space for Billy Moore. Likewise, Jeff Doyle for John MacArthur. Passed the ball too early, in my opinion. David Hall is tackled. 15 out from the line. 8-4 Canberra leading. The Bears coming with a wave of attack now. Florimo's pass taken beautifully by Gary Larson. Good defence out there wide by, I think it was John Lomax. Touched in flight. 6 more tackles for North Sydney. They're 10 metres from the line. Larson the dummy half. Fennick is with the ball. Fennick will try and pass, but he's been locked up by the Canberra side. Ray. Wilson, very good with the football in his hands. Craig Wilson, 1 metre from the line. Ray, looking both ways. Which way? Gets the call from Solomon. Solomon on Osborne. Osborne does well to pull him down. Still, they're only 2 metres from the line. Swept away by Caruana. On the bounce for Fennick. Wide for Larson. Advanced for Jeff Doyle. Now for John MacArthur. And there's the try. The Bears are back at 8 points all, but hang on a moment. It's a try. 8 points all. I thought for a moment there was some hesitation.
And the bad pass there didn't disrupt this movement from North Sydney. They just had numbers out wide. Nandruku comes up with a fairly ordinary attempt. I think that try would have been scored by MacArthur anyway. I've seen a couple of sloppy passes from North Sydney from that dummy half area, but Doyle came straight onto the ball, and that helped. MacArthur straight through Nandruku's tackle, and John MacArthur actually had another player in support.
2 metres in from touch, 22 out, and it's wide of the uprights again. So 8 points all, the Bears and the Raiders. Canberra's turn to restart again. Gary Larson. MacArthur, dummy half scurry, carries him just beyond the 20-metre line. Moore. Strong defence by David Furner. Florimo in one side, out the other comes Solomon. Wilson links up, gets it down to the 30. Tony Ray gets it back to Wilson, forward pass.
Great refereeing. McCallum right on the spot. Craig Wilson there in support. A beautiful movement from North Sydney. The inside pass to Solomon was a superb one that put them in the clear. This is great work there. That's the key ball. Plenty of support there. Tony Ray did very, very well to be there. But this pass just went forward, and you can see the referee in a great position to pick it up.
Scrum win for Canberra. 25 out from their own line. Daly tries to beat them on his own. Some anxious moments now for the Raiders. They were well in control early.
Again, I go back to the type of defence they adopt, Ray. They slide in defence as much as possible. Now, that's great if everybody's working, but sometimes you get a slower player on the inside. And on a couple of occasions, it's been Lomax and Pongia who've been caught out. They haven't had the speed to get there. And North Sydney haven't had too many problems making breaks as Stewart sees a gap in behind.
Ah, great work by Stewart. He caught the ball, passed in one motion. It came back inside for Nandruka. Outside for Klein. Further on it goes for Sean Hoppy. This is a great try. The Raiders are in again. Quinton Pongia, he played his part early on in the try. But Ricky Stewart, that was classic stuff by the little number 7.
Oh, he's carried on the work from last week against Illawarra, where we saw a try scored from his boot. The little left footer. Somehow he's got this one, and he's known that Pongia was going to be there. What vision. It's just magnificent stuff. Nandruku gets involved. He goes across to where he knows the support players are. He found Clyde. Clyde knew that he didn't have the pace, but Sean Hoppy did, and he pushed off the tackle one of the North Sydney players.
None from 2 for David Furner. Furner from 10 in, 23 out, and this time a goal for Canberra. They lead by 14 to 8. Sending it way down deep for John Lomax to come back. 15 out from his own line. That ends for him. This is Jason Croker. Osborne. Steve Walters. An awful shiner. Stevie Walters. Just under the right eye. Very black. Osborne did well. He's done a couple of things in this game today that have been real quality stuff. Stewart's kick. Did a touch a North Sydney player. Doesn't matter. It's come back in. And it's North Sydney grounded, in touch, in goal. Line drop out to restart.
The wingers for Canberra on a couple of occasions now as Adrian Toole prepares to come back on have done a great job.
Halligan's drop kick restart. Not a deep one, taken on the 40 by Daly. He assigns Pongia to go back with it. Pongia pulled down just in the field of play, 22 metres out. Jeff Doyle groggily gets to his feet after attempting a tackle. Steve Walters runs it into the centre of the ground, 21 metres away from the North Sydney line. Daly is the acting half. Stewart, the first receiver, turns it back inside for David Furner. Out of one, brushes away from a second. He's pulled down 11 metres from the line. Steve Walters again a dummy half, and now with Walters, it's with Stewart, I should say. He floats the pass on the bounce. It's taken by Brett Mullins, is it? Out very, very deep in the back line. Played out there wide and comes away. It's with now John Lomax. Lomax is 8 away. Throws the pass out. Walters knocks on. It was worth a try.
Well, Lomax doesn't think so. He's holding his hands his head there after taking this ball forward. One that was pushed. Steve Waller's probably better off diving on it, tried to pick it up.
Jeff Doyle. Billy Moore. Middle stages of the second half. David Hall. He's lost it. So again, North Sydney offering the ball to Canberra. 14-8 in favour of the Raiders.
You come up with mistakes in your own danger area against Canberra. It's not going to be long before they make you pay.
Won by the Raiders. Stewart goes the other way. They were all expecting him to come towards Daly on the left. He's gone to the right. And now Hoppy comes in field and is pulled down just 5 metres from the line. Boyle flirting with the sideline. Hoppy, Stewart. Here comes the long pass. Have a look at the length of it. Daly, quick hands for Mullins. Mullins for Nandruku. And the Fijian goes in to score. What a pass by Stewart, though.
Yes, and he had to wait to throw it. He got a couple of his support players in the way there, but that's the beauty of this Canberra team. The long pass, they get the ball from one side of the field to the other quicker than any other team, and this pass will show it. We freeze the play there. What that has done is put Laurie Daly, the width of that ball has put Daly on the outside of his man. That's created an overlap. Then it was just a simple pass. Nandruku outside David Hall.
David Furner from the sideline. 20 metres out. That's coming around nicely. That's a goal for David Furner. New spots of rain start to fall. Canberra surging away from the Bears. 20 points to 8 now. Halligan sending it down for Jason Croker to send John Lomax back to the defence line.
A change for North Sydney. Jeff Doyle has left the field. Greg Barwick, in their first grade experience, an ex-Penrith player, moves into the fullback position, and that pushes John MacArthur back into that centre role.
Greg Barwick, of course, was a member of the Penrith Premiership winning side in 1991, so he's a very competent player. I can only take it, though, that his form has been down, that he wouldn't have been considered for the job more often this year. Craig Wilson and Solomon combining, with Solomon dragged down 40 metres away from the Canberra line. Wilson again. This match has had some tremendously exciting moments. And some great tries have been scored. Solomon, MacArthur. Adrian Toole ran as the decoy. The ball is loose. And Pongia dives on it, but he knocks on. This will be a North Sydney feed.
Very simple clean-up too there for Pongia. George Bartlett in 43. Well, they're coming thick and fast now. Tony Ray leaving the field. There should have been a Canberra ball there, but now North will still be on the attack.
So, by knocking on and not accepting the advantage, Canberra has created more pressure for themselves. This is Caruana on the end of a passing raid. 15 out from the line. He was fishing there for a penalty. MacArthur for Solomon, the run around, all too slow though, and Canberra found it easy to defend against it. Jones. Solomon, Florimo. Solomon again. Toole. Craig Wilson, was he taken late? McCallum said no, he had his eyes right on the game. Nagus plays it.
I'll tell you who's had a blinder since being out there, Ray. It was the man who came up with the shoulder charge there. The number 41.
Jason Croker.
Jason Croker. He's played great for them. Came on for Laurie Daly. And he's really played good football out there. Defensively, he's been strong. He's run the football.
Daly put down. Back in the centre of the park as Paul Osborne comes from the field.
And in 24, Brad Hetherington, the man who's gone on fairly heavily strapped. And Greg McCallum, he hasn't issued many penalties today. It's been a good refereeing performance, one of the best I've seen this year.
Only 3 penalties in the entire game. Hetherington, who came on to replace Paul Osborne. Death, Stewart, Lomax. A lot of action coming off the bench in this game. Pongia turns it back for Jason Death. Mullins. This is Boyle. Boyle getting through tackle after tackle. Pongia links up. Nandruku takes it magnificently. Shrugs off a tackle. That's a try. No problems about this one. There's no tackler. It wouldn't matter how many times he got up and moved the ball forward. He wasn't held in a tackle anyway. And 24-8. Noah Nandruku, another try.
I've given Jason Croker a rap in 41. Take one off that and you've got 40. And this is David Boyle who sets up this try. He's had a great game as well out in the centres. Coming in for Mal Meninga. Breaks the tackle straight up the middle. Pongia has done great support work out there today. He's been involved in a couple of tries. Barwick, well, it's a fairly ordinary attempt. And his momentum, Nandruku, takes him across.
Is it coming around quickly enough? It falls short anyway. Coffee time for Tim Sheens. 24-8 the Raiders lead. To wend their way out of, I guess the right word is the prettiest ground in all of Australia. And I would imagine very disappointed that their side has copped a whacking here today, but look at the team that's inflicted the defeat on them, and I think you'd agree that they are a class act. Here's Daly pushing away, getting momentum off the fend, then losing the ball.
There was support again there for the Canberra team. A little bit slack there, Laurie Daly, once he'd lost the ball too. He didn't clean it up. It was great work to get inside the North Sydney defence and then push off an attempted tackle. Ball just came out really of his own accord. Now, it should have been cleaned up, but North only got the football. Brad Clyde is back on for Canberra. He's replaced David Boyle, who had a fine game. That might be in a problem. They may well have used all their replacements, Ray.
That's possible. George Bartlett. Chris Caruana.
Back on there from Halligan. Daly cleans up. So if that is the case, with all the interchange players being used, it's now up to Tim Sheen to make the decision. Oh, Sean Hoppy's come up with a mistake there. Whether to leave. No, Bradley Clyde's coming off. He's too valuable to risk.
24-8, and Brad Clyde seems to be favouring that left knee. (14-10) the handling errors. Canberra making more than North Sydney, but that's probably because of their adventurous style when they got into an unbeatable position. Gavin Jones. Solomon. Soden. The end of Jason Croker's tackle. Solomon again. Chip over the top. Nagus tries to gather it in. Oh, Solomon did well. Larson goes over to score the try. But Solomon's performance was outstanding.
Gary Larson has hurt himself in scoring that try. Noel Solomon, well, Ricky Stewart did it in the first half. A little bit of magic, the kick over the top regather. He's done just as well here, Noel Solomon. North Sydney's number 7. Found space. And how he got that pass away to Gary Larson, well, it was a great ball because there was plenty of Canberra defence there. It was good work. No mistake with the conversion from Halligan. They have to take it quickly. Here's a look at it from side on. Nagus is coming across. Nandruku's there. Beautiful pass.
24-14. Stewart banging it down into the corner. Adrian Toole carries it back outside the 20-metre line. Bartlett. Soden. Solomon. Florimo. Exploding through the gap. Billy Moore. Caruana. David Hall. Pulled down by Jason Croker and Brett Mullins. Soden. Solomon. Billy Moore. A suspect pass. Bartlett around the back for Florimo. Florimo taken by Daly. Ball goes back in field for North Sydney to have another shot at the line. George Bartlett through Solomon. Hands for Billy Moore. Out wide now for Wilson. They must score. Craig Wilson gets it over himself. He had 2 and 3 players waving to him. They were unmarked players. But Craig has gone on and done the job himself. 24-18 in favour of Canberra. A late surge by the Bears, all to no avail. Look at the passing in this try. Florimo's second half effort has been outstanding. I've got a feeling there was a knock-on there that went unchecked. But Solomon, he was prominent in what happened. Look at them waving. It's as though somebody's leaving on a jet plane. Craig Wilson scores, though. Siren has sounded. Darryl Halligan, 22 metres out to make it 24-20. That's what he's done. Canberra has defeated North Sydney in front of a whopping crowd, and it was a really great game of football to watch. Canberra 24, North Sydney 20. A smile on the face of Ricky Stewart. Why not? $1,000 richer thanks to MMI Insurance. He was the man of the match. Results of other games played in the Winfield Cup today. Canterbury defeated West 24-12. It was level at half-time. Illawarra defeating Balmain. Penrith defeating Newcastle. And Parramatta, an 18-2 win over Eastern Suburbs. The footy tab and 24-20 Canberra over North, 244-35. Pick the winners upwards of 251. Pick the margins, another corker. $24,500 approximately. The table looks this way, congested at the top, but the top 5 have really separated now. Saints, Canterbury.